Hey everyone, so I am officially back and I am ready to post my first review for an album since moving. So lo and behold guys, the one that we will be talking about today is none other than Koda Kumi's newest album, Double Face. But today we are just going to focus on the inside version. I'm going to do outside later just because I got to build some anticipation. But nonetheless, I really want to go ahead and talk about this one. So let's go ahead and get started. Track 1 is called Bridgette Song. And to start with, I'm not really sure why this is called Bridgette Song. I don't know if there's someone that she knew named Bridget, but I remember reading in an interview that she talked about that this song is not necessarily about her, but that it's about strong women. And when you read the translation for the lyrics, it is talking about how the struggles of ups and downs of life and how she's not going to give up. She's still going to have her dreams and move on. And I really, really like this song. The second I heard it, it's just it's a light-hearted, upbeat song that just has a good message in it. Her vocals are so good in the song, and it's got very, very smooth transitions, and I love the instrumentation because it's not too complex, like it's not overproduced by any means, and it's just got such a great melody, and just listening to this song makes me feel really happy and upbeat inside, and I just love this. And the music video for this song, I adored it. I know a lot of people, I'll talk about music videos all later, but personally for me, I thought the music video was gorgeous. She looked so young, having a lot less makeup on, and just like her blue jeans and just the easygoingness and feel of that video, like just really set the mood for this song. So altogether, I absolutely thought this song was a fantastic one to add to this album. Adding this song as the first track on this album I thought was a really, really good decision on their part. Number 2 is Bring It On. And this is the song that we have heard off and on since, when was it? I think it was her Bon Voyage tour was when she first ever sang this. I might be mistaken, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really have necessarily anything against this song. It's just okay. It's nice to finally have it on an album, I will admit that much, but I mean the song itself isn't a deep song by any means. It's just like a party getter. Like basically when you're at the concert, it's the one to get the crowd involved and excited and just have fun and dancing with her. And I don't think it's a terrible song. Like I do enjoy it because I mean I'll sing along with Yes baby, but time to everybody jumping, make it kinda hidari, I say yeah, oh yeah. I think it's okay. I know that this song was co-written with Back On, and her husband Kenji is the guitarist of that band, so I think it's great that they kind of collaborated and put a song together, but it's just okay. I think that this should have been included on like a single as the B-side or something somewhere along the way, but not actually as added officially to the album, because I felt like this could have been replaced with a much better song. So just okay in my opinion, not terrible, but I'll still accept it. Track 3 is called Yorokobi no Kakera, and this song translates to Fragments of Joy. And I really, really like this song. I just think it's so classy sounding. And her vocals are staying in a lower range, and that's something that I've noticed with this album for having more of a ballad side to it, is that she does stick to a lower range far more often, which I think is excellent because we all know that her voice is much more suited to that tone, but also for the fact that as she's getting older, her voice has changed a little bit, and it's gotten to where she can't get to that high note like she used to be able to do when she was a little bit younger. But regardless, this song has such a simple melody, and again, it's so beautiful. And I really like how this song is talking about being called Fragments of Joy, that taking the good with the bad. that don't just look at your whole life basically as being ups and downs constantly. You have to find joy in the bad. And I feel like a lot of songs don't really talk about that, and I really loved that about this song. And the inflections of her voice here as we're getting into the chorus are just absolutely flawless and so beautiful, and I love them so much. I just love how her voice just sounds so solid during this, and I just absolutely adore this, and it just builds up this epic but again positive vibe as you're listening to the song, and I love that. She's really put a lot of positivity into this album, and so I think that this was a very well done track, and I appreciate this song a lot. This one was written by Koda Kumi as well as some other person, I don't remember their name right now. The first song, Bridgette Song, was not actually written by her, but it was still a flawless and beautiful song. So I really like this one because it's from her perspective, because in one of the lines she even mentioned something about like, then she could find joy in the sweet bitterness or something of cold or winter or something like that. And when you think about that, a lot of people, when it starts snowing or it gets cold, they're just miserable and they're like, oh, I hate this time of year. But to find joy in that is what's so important, and so I love that she puts the focus of this song on that message alone. So very, very well done song. Number 4 is called Stand By You, and I am absolutely in love with this gentle piano melody that opens up this song, because when you first start to play this song, you think it's going to just be, you know, a slower song most of the way through and not super powerful, but of course, like we're used to with Kumi's songs, this one really does build up. And I know there hasn't really been a lot of talk about this song, and I think a lot of it is just because it's a much more simple one, but I really love the lyrics that she wrote for this song, and I'm not sure if it's 100% coming just from her and her relationship with her husband or anything, but I feel like a lot of us can relate to this, because from the message, when you read those lyrics, what it means to me is like when you find that moment when you have really figured out that you love someone, but you don't know like what you can do to be there for them. So regardless, you will do everything in your power to try to do what you can. And so she's talking, you know, as the song says, Stand By You, the name of it, she wants to stand by this person with everything that she has to give her all. And while it may be a cliche message, it's a beautiful melody. And again, she keeps her vocals here in a very low range that then builds up, which makes it very, very beautiful. And here in this chorus, I think her voice sounds stunning. And my favorite part is coming up here. My favorite part of the song is where it gets to the end of the chorus, where she says this. I love that part. How her voice goes from deeper up into this higher pitch, like she just sounds absolutely flawless, and keeping the vocal soft where nothing sounds strained. So I thought this song was very beautifully composed, and when you really listen to a lot of these tracks, you kind of feel like they all correspond and correlate very well, and I think a lot of it is because she did bring a lot more Japanese artists back into composing the music, so very good move on her part. Track 5 is Suki Deshite, and this song has gotten a little bit of flack because people are just like, ugh, turn off immediately by how the song opens up because it sounds so old-fashioned in a sense. But this song is full of such nostalgia for me because the way that it's put together really, really reminds me of her earlier work. So like her Feel My Mind album and Secret, it's got this same vibe as some of those songs. And for me, being a hard time long fan of Koda Kumi herself and all of her albums, it brings back some really good memories for me, so I really like this song. And this song translates to Love Me. And the message of the song too is very, very beautiful because a lot of us can relate to this, to where she's realizing that she really loves this person, but she doesn't know why. And she doesn't know how to tell them, but regardless of everything, she loves them, and she just wants to tell it to them somehow and at some point. And I think a lot of us have struggled with those emotions when we've actually realized, I really like this person. I don't know why I do, but I love them. And I mean, I know in my past, before I was married, I had some relationships where it was the first time I'd ever felt feelings of like or love, and you don't really know what to do with yourself then. You want to tell them, but you're scared and you don't know how. And so I felt that this song is really cute in a way because a lot of us can relate to that first relationship and that feeling. And so that's the message that I got from this song. Track 6 is Kimi Omoi, and that translates to thinking of you. And this isn't my favorite song out of all of the ballads that Koda Kumi has done, but it's still beautiful. And again, I do like the piano beginning to it. It's kind of grown on me the more that I have listened to it. But again, the message is pretty simple. I mean, it's just talking about how she's going to find the courage to go on, and she loves this person. She wants to be with them forever, and she's going to try to stick to it so that they can plan their beautiful future together and do what they can, because when she thinks of them, it makes her happy and she just wants to stay. And while I like this song, sometimes I feel like the beat is almost too simple, and it's kind of like a moon crying, stay with me, like Clash. And so I don't know, it doesn't sound like a super unique song to me, but I do think it's still beautiful, and her vocals here are very, very good. And I do like that it does build up a little bit later in the song, but it's definitely one of my more least favorite tracks on this album. Number 7 is On My Way. And this song, when I first heard it, it sounded like it was going to be a really sad, lonely, depressing song. But when you actually read the lyrics, it's not about that at all. It's more so talking about her hope for the future and her searching. And while it is a little bit of a loneliness, that feeling that comes through, because she does talk about how she wants to find the meaning of life, and she feels like she's kind of disappearing, and that she's here alone, and that not everyone's accepting her for who she is. And I really like this message, again, because a lot of us have felt at some point or another that we are alone. And it can be in any aspect of life, whether it's a relationship or just maybe your personality or the way you behave, certain things that make you feel that you're different from other people. And in this song, it actually switches here when it's just going through the verses. It actually switches to a very hopeful sounding beat and tone in this song. And I really, really like that, because it's bringing the positivity back around, that even though Kumi herself is maybe feeling like she's different and not always accepted by people, that she's still going to be her, and eventually she will find someone that is willing to accept her for who she is and all the things that she can do. And I feel like that's an important message for us to come across to ourselves, is that we too all are unique and different in so many different ways. And those are the things that someone will accept about us someday and will truly appreciate from us. And so I really thought that this song was very well put together, and I kind of like the orchestra that's going on here with it, because it does build up and it makes it a little bit more grandeur. And so I thought this was another really great ballad on her part, so excellent song. Number 8 is What's Up. And we all know that this is going to be the towel song in her new tour. You just know when you hear it. But this song is actually really, really good. And I like that it's more of like a rock pop song. And the part, I just think it's just so much like fun. And I don't know, it reminds me of an Avril Lavigne song. Again, just, it does. And I'm not sure like what kind of a filter they're using for her voice, but it really works. It's like kind of fuzzy sounding over it, but I really, really like the song because it's just fun, and you can hear that she's having fun singing this song too. And I mean, it's just your typical happy-go-lucky song that what's up, it's a cloudy day, but she's gonna make it a good day no matter what. What's up? Let's go. What's up? ダメダメ上司 I just love the breakdown, and I just think that the song is very well put together and one of my more favorite towel songs that she has done in a while. And it's just, I think it's going to be really fun. I can't wait to see if she does like a new dance or something with it at the new tour this year. It reminds me of her song from her Walk of My Life tour, Life's So Good. And I'm hoping that she'll do different choreography like she did with that song during that tour. So let's see what she does. Track 9 is Promise You, and I am so in love with this song. And again, starting with a beautiful piano melody, and it rolls right in. She stays very low in this song, which suits her so well. But if I'm not mistaken, this song she actually wrote for her son. And you can get that from the lyrics when you're reading about it, because she's talking about that little hand wrapped around her and how the smile, how it just makes her feel so warm inside. And it's so cute. All things, tell me, anataniwa, kono sekai ga tomieru, I see that. I promise you everything from my heart. あなたを守るためにどんな道に越えて行けるから忘れないでどんな時私はこの世界の誰よりもあなたを信じてる横から I just love the chorus for this whole song. It's just beautiful, and I love the inflections here with the it's just top-notch quality, and the message behind this song, and just talking about from the sense I got when we're looking at the aspect from writing this song for her son, that she wants to protect him. She promises to protect him from anything and everything, but he will give her the strength to overcome anything for him and to be there for him. And it's really such a sweet and beautiful message, especially if this song really is meant to be written for her son, because there's no other bond than between a mother and a child. And it's really beautiful, in my opinion, to see this other side of Kumi that we've never seen now that she's a mother, versus when you look at her earlier work from when she was just single. Now she's a mother and she has all these other responsibilities, and she's a wife as well. So her view and outlook of different things is going to come out so unique compared to anything that we've seen from her in the past. And so I think this is truly a gorgeous, beautiful song that's really reflecting this. Track 10 is called My Fun. And this song was really interesting when I first heard it. I didn't really know what to think, but I don't know if it's like the brass instruments or whatever is going on back there. I don't know. But it kind of reminded me of the song Lovely from her Color the Cover album. But when you hear this, it's literally like a chorus of little kids saying, my fun. My fun. And it's almost like a lullaby in my mind. And the song, she's just talking about all these different things that's her fun, like when they get upset with her or when they smile at her, and all these things, the ups and downs that are still her fun because they're experiences. It seems to me like this is another song she wrote for her son, because it's got that little children's song vibe, and with all the kids saying my fun. Now, I also read somewhere, I can't remember where, but it's talking about in the verses towards the end, you'll notice that it changes from being a chorus of children singing my fun, that now it is just a single child saying my fun. And I read that apparently that is just her son himself saying my fun with her singing. But I really, really like this song because you can just hear the happiness and like the smile on Kumi's face as she's singing these verses. And just the easygoingness of her voice, where she just sounds gentle but just loving every second of this song and the fun with it. Again, my fun. And this song was so different too, because it just suddenly breaks down into this whole other thing right here. but you can just hear the smile. Here is where I believe it's her son. And if that is really her son, regardless though if it's not, but if it really is, this is the cutest song that I have ever heard, and like a mother-child relationship. Like, this is just like the epitome of everything, because that she's this famous singer, and to have her little boy join in on a song with her, and her sharing her feelings and love of motherhood and being a mother, like, it's really just beautiful. And I thought it was an incredible way to close out this album because it was just so cute. And I really like this song. So all in all, I really actually think Double Face Inside was a really, really good album. Now, of course, I mean, some people will look at it as the downside of there's no like upbeat songs on this. It's slow. I don't really like, it's not getting very fast or, you know, more upbeat places, but that's not what the purpose of this album is. The purpose of this album is to show us the inside of Kumi herself and her true, real deep thoughts that go on inside. And so the ones that are more complicated, or the ones where she's got anxiety or nervous that she's not fitting in, and then the ones of how much and deep her love is for her spouse, her child, and for her fans, and just for life in general. And so I thought that this was a really beautiful side to her that we don't really get to see, and the lyrics I felt were a lot more personal than the ones we usually get. And so I thought this was very, very well put together, and then just closing it there at the end, especially if that is her son, that is just so absolutely adorable. So I really, really enjoyed this album, and I'll admit, guys, when I first got the CD and I started listening to this, just in general, just hearing her beautiful voice singing beautiful melodies again, I was so happy. And so it was good to have a brand new album from her nonetheless too, especially with last year and her just doing the singles tour and not really a whole new album coming out. So I'm definitely looking forward to what she's going to come out with in the next few years, because I mean, she's really kind of changed up her style now, and so I think it's just going to be really, really interesting, and we're going to have to see where she goes from here. So nonetheless, let me show you guys, I did get the CD plus DVD version, so let me take the little case out. So there's the cover. I got the CD plus Blu-ray edition. I did get the CD plus Blu-ray of each of them, but that's because I really wanted the matching faces, because even though I know the music videos were the same, you don't have to tell me, I'm just really OCD, and I wanted the face to match perfectly, and so that's why I did it. So it has this sleeve over it, which is like a nice thick chipboard type material, and so there's all the tracks, the music videos, as you can see, and so it just slides out. And so here is the actual CD. Let me open it, and it did bother me because I know, because the CDs are like meant to go together, it just bothered me because like one of them opens the opposite way, and it just, I don't know, it was just kind of irritating for me. So when you open it up, this is the CD, and then that is the DVD. They're not super exciting looking, they're pretty plain. And then of course we have our beautiful booklet here. So here's the cover again, and so she's got a lot more neutral type makeup tones on here, and she's just not wearing as much in general, which I think is a better look because it's supposed to be more focused on the inside rather than the outside. So it came with a little insert about her Double Face tour coming up this year, which I am so psyched about, guys. I cannot wait for the Blu-ray to come out with that, because I will be ordering it instantly. So then you open it up, it's got the tracks listed on this side. And then we have this beautiful, beautiful photo of her. And if you can't tell, and get a little closer, she does have purple hair in this. And she just looks absolutely stunning. Doesn't matter what she's wearing, she still always looks beautiful. And this one just shows lyrics for Bridgette Song and Bring It On. This looks very, very gorgeous. I love the jewels that she has up and down her arms here. And again, the less makeup. When she's wearing less makeup, she actually looks a lot younger. And it's just really, I don't know, that's just really interesting to me. And so again, just a lyrics page. Again, here is another page with her gorgeous purple hair, if you can see it. Looking beautiful as always. Another just lyrics page. And Promise You on this side. And then another gorgeous one with those jewels on her arms. And then I like this photo a lot too. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it really good. And so there's the purple hair with that one as well, and then the My Fun lyrics. And then that's the end of the booklet. So those are my thoughts on Koda Kumi's Double Face inside. So don't worry, I will be reviewing Double Face outside in good time. Just keep a lookout for it. There are possibly a few others that I'm going to go through first before I hit that one. So don't worry, I do promise that I will get to it because I want to talk about that one a lot. So just be ready for it. Let me know what your guys' thoughts were on this new album of Kumi's and what tracks were your favorite. I will list my top 5 favorite from this album in the summary information below. And if you are interested in J-pop and any of our J-pop queens, Koda Kumi, Hamasaki Ayumi, Amuro Namie, Hikaru Utada, then let me know. That is what this channel is about and for, and go ahead and subscribe. And I would love to know if you guys have any other recommendations for artists you'd like me to check out. Thanks guys so much, and I'll see you next time.